In the rich tapestry of spiritual teachings that span across cultures and philosophies, the concept of karma stands out as a universal principle of cause and effect. Understanding karma not only deepens our awareness, but also empowers us to lead lives of greater harmony and fulfillment. Today, I will share insights into the 12 laws of karma and how you can harness their wisdom to positively shape your destiny. The law of cause and effect, often simply called the law of karma, is the foundational principle that actions have consequences. Every action we take generates a force of energy that returns to us in kind. If you plant seeds of compassion and kindness, you will harvest happiness and love. Conversely, negative actions breed negative results. This law teaches us that we are, in fact, responsible for everything that happens in our lives. The choices we make today influence the conditions we face tomorrow. Reflect on your current circumstances. Can you trace them back to decisions you've made in the past? Moving on, the law of creation is vital in understanding that life doesn't just happen to us. We are co-creators of our reality. This law compels us to actively engage in shaping our world. Sitting back passively will lead us nowhere. The environment you find yourself in now is a product of your actions, not just a stage set by others. What can you do today that will create a better tomorrow for yourself? Are there habits or routines you could develop that align more closely with where you want to be? The law of humility is a call to accept what is before any change can occur. If we deny our current situation, blaming others or the circumstances, we cannot move forward. Understanding this law leads to the realization that accepting responsibility for our failures is just as important as celebrating our successes. Where in your life are you resisting acceptance? How could embracing your reality, as it is right now, pave the way for profound transformation? The law of growth pushes us to focus on our personal change and growth. The only thing we have control over is ourselves. When we change who and what we are within our heart, our life follows suit and changes too. Have you ever noticed this phenomenon in your own life? When was the last time an internal change manifested a significant shift in your external world? Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson. The law of responsibility mirrors the law of growth, emphasizing that our lives are indeed a reflection of our inner state. If there's chaos around you, it's a signal to revisit your inner state. What aspects of your mind and heart can you nurture to bring peace and order to your environment? The law of connection states that everything in the universe is connected, both large and small. Our past, present, and future are all linked. Each step leads to the next step, and so forth and so on. Nothing we do is truly isolated in its impact. How does this law make you feel about the smallest actions you take each day? Do you see how even your minor choices could be creating ripples across your life? The law of focus teaches us that we cannot think of two things at the same time. When we focus on spiritual values, it's harder to have lower thoughts like greed or anger. What are you focusing on currently? How could a shift in your focus improve your emotional state and life quality? The law of giving and hospitality asserts that our behavior should match our thoughts and actions. This law ensures the integrity of what we have declared. Have you ever promised to make a change or set a goal, only to find your actions not aligning with your intentions? What steps could you take to ensure your actions reflect your values more consistently? The law of here and now looks at the ability to be present. If we live in the past or the future, we are not able to take action in the present moment. Reflect on this. How often do you find yourself distracted by what was or what could be rather than what is? The law of change flows directly from the law of here and now. History repeats itself until we learn from it and change our path. What lessons might be recurring in your life? What can you do differently this time to change the cycle. The law of patience and reward requires an understanding that true joy comes from doing what we're supposed to be doing and waiting for the reward to come in on its own time. This law teaches us that the most valuable rewards require persistence and sweat. Reflect on a time when patience led you to a meaningful success. How did that feel? Lastly, the law of significance and inspiration tells us that every personal contribution is also a contribution to the collective. Your contributions are blueprints of your innermost thoughts and feelings. How can you make your contributions more meaningful? What inspires you to give back to the world? By understanding and integrating these laws into our daily lives, we open ourselves to experiencing deeper satisfaction, peace, and effectiveness. Each decision we make, each action we take, is imbued with the power to shape our destiny. As we move forward, consider how you can apply these laws not just in theory but through conscious practice. This is where the journey of application begins, and as we continue, let's explore how these laws interact dynamically with each other, creating a framework that can guide our daily decisions and interactions. Consider the interplay between the law of focus and the law of here and now. Both laws emphasize the importance of directing our attention, but from slightly different angles. The law of focus encourages us to direct our energies towards high-value targets, values like love, peace, and integrity, while the law of here and now urges us to remain immersed in the current moment, not distracted by past regrets or future anxieties. How often do you find yourself pulled away from the present by other concerns? What strategies might help keep you more anchored in the now? The relationship between the law of growth and the law of responsibility also offers a profound insight into personal development. As we grow internally, taking full responsibility for our circumstances, we often see a positive shift in our external circumstances. This dynamic suggests that personal responsibility isn't just about accepting blame, but about embracing the power we have to mold our own lives. Can you think of a situation where taking more responsibility could lead to personal growth? Engaging with the law of giving and hospitality can also enhance how we interact with the law of significance and inspiration. When we give genuinely, whether it's time, energy, or resources, we make a significant contribution to the collective. This act of giving not only supports others, but also inspires them. It's a cycle of positivity that enhances the giver and the receiver. What are some ways you can give more to your community or your loved ones? How does giving make you feel? Let's also consider the law of connection in relation to the law of change. Understanding that everything is connected helps us recognize that our smallest actions can have far-reaching effects. This awareness can motivate us to make positive changes, knowing they will ripple out beyond our immediate environment. Have you witnessed a small personal change that had larger implications than you initially anticipated? As we engage more deeply with each of these laws, it becomes evident that karma is not a punitive force, but a dynamic system of balance and restoration. It's about creating a future through the choices we make right now. Every moment offers a new beginning, a chance to realign with these principles and move closer to a life of harmony and fulfillment. Now, consider the law of patience and reward in your personal experiences. How does understanding this law change your perspective on effort and reward? Remember, the most profound rewards often come from the deepest efforts and are not immediate, but require faith and persistence. As we reflect on these laws and their implications, we encounter numerous opportunities for self-improvement and spiritual growth. Each law not only stands alone, but also connects with the others, creating a woven tapestry of wisdom that can guide us through life's complexities. By consciously applying the 12 laws of karma, we engage in an ongoing process of learning and adaptation. This process is not always easy, but it is always enriching. Each step forward on this path not only enhances our own lives, but also contributes to the greater good, uplifting those around us through our example and our actions. In conclusion, the journey through the 12 laws of karma invites us to live with intention, awareness, and compassion. It challenges us to rise above our immediate desires and reactions, to create a life of depth and meaning. How will you apply these laws today? How will you ensure that your actions today shape a better tomorrow, not just for you, but for the world around you? Relationships are fundamental to our existence and can either be sources of immense joy or significant distress. By applying the law of cause and effect, we recognize that our actions towards others will reflect back upon us. Kindness, empathy, and understanding foster warmth and love, whereas hostility and indifference breed isolation and conflict. How can you modify your actions today to improve your relationships? The law of connection plays a crucial role in relationships. Since everything in the universe is interconnected, the energy we bring into one relationship often spills over into others. This interconnectedness means that fostering positive energy in one area can beneficially affect all areas of our lives. Consider how improving one significant relationship could positively impact your interactions with others. The law of here and now also applies powerfully within relationships. Being fully present with others, listening actively and engaging sincerely, deepens connections and fosters mutual understanding. How often do you find yourself physically present but mentally distant in conversations with loved ones? In the realm of career, the law of growth urges us to focus on personal development as the path to professional success. As we grow skills and cultivate positive attributes like discipline and creativity, we naturally enhance our career prospects. Reflect on the skills or knowledge you could acquire that would propel your career forward. The law of responsibility reminds us that we are the architects of our own professional life. By taking responsibility for our successes and failures, we gain the power to shape our career trajectory. Where in your career have you perhaps blamed external circumstances, and how can you take more control? The law of patience and reward is particularly relevant in a career context. Long-term projects and career advancements often don't provide immediate gratification, but require sustained effort and persistence. Can you think of a time when patience has paid off in your professional life? When it comes to personal well-being, the law of significance and inspiration teaches us that each small step towards health and happiness contributes significantly to our overall life quality. Each healthy choice, whether it's opting for a nutritious meal or taking a moment to meditate, is significant. What small but significant choice can you make today for your well-being? The law of giving and hospitality extends to self-care as well. By giving to ourselves, whether through time for relaxation, education, or simply treating ourselves with kindness, we better equip ourselves to contribute positively to the world. How can you better care for yourself, thus enhancing your ability to care for others? Finally, the law of change underscores the importance of adaptability and personal well-being. Life is dynamic, and our well-being practices need to evolve as our circumstances change. What worked for us a year ago might not work today. How can you adapt your self-care practices to better suit your current needs? Each of these laws of karma does not exist in isolation. They are interwoven, influencing and reinforcing each other. By applying the law of focus alongside the law of here and now, for instance, we can not only aim our efforts towards meaningful goals, but also enjoy each step along the way. Similarly, the interplay between the law of responsibility and the law of growth shows us that by taking responsibility for our lives, we open the door to personal growth. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to learn and to enhance our understanding. As we consider these laws in the context of our daily lives, we see that karma is not just about the spiritual or philosophical, it's intensely practical. It's about making choices that resonate with our deepest values and aspirations, and it's about living in a way that brings harmony and fulfillment. In closing this part, let us reflect on the cumulative power of these laws. How will your understanding of these principles change the way you approach your day-to-day decisions? How will the conscious application of these laws transform your interactions and your life's trajectory? We have explored how these laws apply to specific areas of our lives, highlighting their practical relevance. As we continue in the next part of our discussion, we will explore how to sustain these changes over the long term, ensuring that our understanding and application of the laws of karma are not just temporary adjustments, but lifelong commitments. Let's continue to explore further the enduring power of these karmic principles, aiming not only to improve our own lives, but also to contribute positively to the world around us.